Jerry Quijano, who does news at KETX, he let me in the door, and he's like, so what do you need? And I said, I'm picking up John Ailey's pants. And then he's like, what? You know, and so that it's just been kind of funny. So the installation came about from a dream that Jodi had.
I was dreaming about it and thinking, oh, you better remember this dream, it's so cool. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, oh, that's weird, that's not cool. But then when I told Maura, she was totally into it.
She knew the name right away. She's like, I had this idea for dream pants.
There were all these disembodied pants kind of exploring the trail along Waterloo Creek, and as if it was the future of how the creek will be used. You know, it reminds me a little bit of the Dr. Seuss, the pale green pants. There's this image of the pale green pants on a bicycle riding down the path, you know, and that's, as soon as Jodi told me the dream, I was like, oh, the pale green pants.
These pants are going to be along Waterloo Creek. The way Creek Show works, you enter at one street, you walk down the path that's next to Waterloo Creek, and you go through different artist installations. Okay, so how we made the pants was we made sort of the skeleton out of PVC pipe.
And then creating the form, the leg form that goes around all of that.
Then we used the PowerTex, that textile hardener, and put them onto the form. So the form's now sort of like a soft mannequin. And then the textile hardener hardens, and it takes like 2 weeks to cure.
Once it was cured, we did a plaster, kind of plaster strips. So you wet them and created a little bit more thickness on the top part of the form. We painted the primer on it, and then 5 coats of the UV blacklight reactive paint on it. It took more time than we thought. I think that Jodi and I both know after all these years of making art that, you know, it's not always going to be what you think it's going to be.
Should I go YouTube that real fast?
Yes.
Okay.
And it always takes you longer than you think.
About 12, I think, out of the 22 are, we call them notable pants. And it wasn't even really our idea. It was when we pitched the idea originally to Waterloo Greenway, they were said, hey, do you think you could get some famous pants? So we're like, we're on it.
And then we have pants that are just everyday people, which I think is really important. We feel like this beautiful urban green space is something that we want everybody to be able to use. It's a little silly when we have the pants formed and we're painting on the PowerTex and they're upside down and their butts up in the air, and we're like, this is somehow a little bit obscene but kind of funny, and I hope they wouldn't get offended if they saw this, you know.
Making the body shapes and like painting them, and we just could not stop laughing all the time, like having to like paint the crotches, and we're like, oh, I don't know, it's just weird.
So opening night was really exciting and stressful because we were kind of doing some last minute things, and we were kind of worried about like how people would interact with things.
Did you see the fake dog?
Gosh, the best part was just seeing it, you know, looking exactly like our proposal and everything glowing, and then seeing the numbers of people coming over that bridge and packing across and just commenting and being excited about it. That was the best part. They're on the website.
You found my pants? All right, I'm gonna enjoy all of it. So I don't want to just rush to my own pants.
I thought it was a really good partnership, and I had fun working with Jodi the whole time, and you know, we kind of kept each other going and reassured each other when we were like, oh no, what's going to be happening? So that was also a really great part.